3, 2, 1.
Tales from above the ocean.
No, I hate philosophy.
Oh, Jesus. Same, Mike. Same, Austin. For which I am, Austin Andrews.
Yep, he is indeed.
And that's Mike Kemp right there.
Yeah.
Co-captain of this vessel. In philosophy, infested waters.
Yep.
It's very dangerous, Mike.
Yeah, philosophy. Well, like, it's like sharks.
Philosophy's weird, dude. Sometimes you get lost in the sauce, lost in the bottom of the ocean.
That reminds me of the time I drowned at the Hard Rock Hotel in Florida, and like my parents just like ignored me, and some random guy came up to me and I'm drowning, and he's like, "Are you drowning?" I'm like, and then he held his hand out. I'm like, "Oh, thank you." Tales from the bottom of a Hard Rock Hotel pool.
Hard Rock Hotel?
Yeah, it was in Florida, in Orlando.
Jesus. Coming at you live from New York, it's Austin Andrews and Mike Kemp. Tales from the bottom of the ocean.
You can't say that. We're going on the right Saturday Night Live.
Wait, what?
You know,
Oh, whatever. Shut up. Is that actually copyrighted by Saturday Night Live? Live from New York?
You might as well just say Saturday Night Live. Yeah, this is Shrek 2.
What?
Goodfellas.
What are you talking about?
I'm Mickey Mouse. That's Donald Duck.
Oh, wait, hold Oh, Jesus. If you want to hear more nonsensical nonsense like that, why don't you consider donating to the Patreon for our lovely production company, Area 22.
Yeah, word, please. We need money.
Yeah, patreon.com/Area 22.
We need money.
Consider it.
Unless we get canceled.
Please sustain Mike so he can keep on being himself.
That reminds me when I went to court. I got sustained a lot.
No more. No, stop. Go on.
Okay.
Actually, okay, go on. What was it?
Oh, yeah, I got in trouble for making goofy impersonations on my podcast.
Wait,
Yeah, I was like, oh, gosh. I don't know what to do.
Jesus. I'm losing brain cells here.
You think you lost brain cells, man?
Jesus. All right. So we're doing a philosophy recap, Mike.
Yeah.
We had a lovely season. Ontological questions. Wondering about God and such and all that.
Which are taking questions, by the way, later.
Yeah. Well, basically throughout the whole entire podcast, we're taking questions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Please don't send us questions like literally right 1 second before I say we're going down. Wait, don't end the show.
Yeah, we're going down by.
No.
all right.
Hold on. I haven't said what I need to say.
Yeah, we're also late, so you should probably get spitting.
Yeah, alright, so we did God and the Force of Divine. We asked the question, what is God's role and why it exists? Talked about the sacrifice of Jesus Christ, the Arthurian legends, and good and evil.
Oh, yeah, before you ask a question, could you please put your fedoras and katanas away before you... please, like, keep it civil.
Keep it civil. There goes half of our audience.
There goes me.
No, but seriously, like, have them actually be genuine questions. Because...
Well, they can be funny.
Well, yeah.
And personal. I'll take personal questions. They're the funniest of all.
Definitely. But have them actually be questions and not, like, complete, like, statements, basically. Or they can be statements, but, like, have it be, like, an open-ended statement.
Inquiry, you know?
This show's garbage. Like,
Conversation.
it's not a question.
Is this show garbage?
Oh boy, you shouldn't have asked this question.
Let's start with one question. How about
Okay.
that? What alternatives to a normal life does the belief in an absolute and judgmental authority provide?
That sounds a lot like jail.
What are the benefits?
Jail?
Well, are you saying that being alive is sort of like a jail?
Yeah, but it's like the kind of jail where you, like, make friends in.
You can make friends in jail.
Yeah, you could. You could make a lot of friends. Intimate.
Intimate friends in jail.
Yeah. You know. Have you ever been to jail? I have. No, I haven't.
Okay, Mike, I'm gonna ask that again. What is the alternative to normal life? Does the belief, what alternative to normal life does the belief in an absolute and judgmental authority provide?
I don't really get what that means.
I'm saying, like, what is, okay, so let's say you take somebody who believes, like, highly believes in this, like, a higher power, a purpose in the universe, and someone who's, like, absolutely nihilistic, or not even nihilistic, just, like, totally, like, just chilling, I guess.
Like me? Oh yeah, I get what you mean now. Really depends on the person. Some people could like consume them. Some people could be chilling with me, just with God, like me, but with God right there, you know?
Yeah.
Like you go to church, you get some of that old sippy, the wine they just give out for free.
Yeah.
Swipe some of the wafers. Say some amens, you're chilling.
You don't need to swipe them, they give them to you.
You're cruising. The priest is like, alright, so this is the story of, you know, how, I don't know, David threw a friggin' rock at Goliath and he died. And it's like wild and crazy.
Not much of a Goliath, it just took a rock.
Kind of sucks though if you go to like a really annoying church where the priest or pastor talks for like ever. Like, oh my god, shut up. It's like friggin' 12 o'clock, 12:30 on a Sunday. Can you please stop talking? So I don't go to church anymore. Especially on Christmas, they don't shut up.
So the difference between like just chilling and living a religious life is that you listen to people talk on and on.
Yeah, which is why I don't really get why I'm I got a degree in communications and I'm in a podcast and talk to people for a living.
You just don't like doing it.
Yeah, it's same thing with children. Like I really can't stand children, yet I coach them and I've been a camp counselor before, tutored. I just hate children. Why do I do this? I don't hate them. All right. Some kids are really cool. Some kids are like the absolute worst, and I just wish they'd go away. So I just stick to the kids that I like, which is like 3. It's like, all right, I'll teach you 3 while those kids let someone else take care of the other 26.
Well, I guess there's your answer, ladies and gentlemen. I guess.
How are we gonna do these? Are we gonna take any questions? Like answer, like give a question, take a question. Since we're extremely unfreaking coordinated.
No questions as of yet. Someone says lemon Sintania says dunked in the philosophy sauce.
Yeah, word.
Mike's really dunked in the philosophy sauce right now.
I'm probably like losing brain cells. You know?
From thinking too hard.
I took too many hits to the head and thought too hard. The gaskets in my head are just... I'm sorry about that.
Too many philosophy gaskets blown.
Yeah, too many philosophy recaps. 19 weeks, ladies and gentlemen. Well, let's not fool ourselves, gentlemen. Oh no, we do have that one girl.
Who knows? Let's be honest. Who knows if that's even a girl? But anyway.
That's true. It could be someone pretending.
Maybe.
I pretend all the time. Dude, you think on the internet I don't pretend to be a girl to get free stuff for you kids? It's pretty fun.
But yeah,
I
mean, listen, I mean, it kind of makes it sound as if like life is a tyranny in itself, you know?
Well, it is. Everything's forced to live. Nobody asked to be born.
Yeah. You're forced into this life.
You're forced to die, which is the worst.
Yeah.
I hate that. Whenever I try to go to bed, I think about dying, and I'm like, man, that sucks.
Well, yeah. So like, but I guess like as someone who's just okay with that, like totally relaxed, like between somebody who's like that and somebody who actually like strives to do something.
God, I wish I could smoke in here. What?
Someone who tries to do something quote unquote meaningful in that time, like, what are you giving up? When you choose to like believe in some kind of extremely judgmental being that sort of exists,
you're giving up. You're giving up like a filter and like restraints on yourself, I guess. Because if you don't have any God, you could go like off the walls, like crazy.
Do you think it's better that we have a largely religious world then?
No, because it depends. Because certain people start like doing things in the name of their gods they really shouldn't have been doing.
Yeah,
and it also it makes some people not be able to think for themselves. Like it's not like an inherently bad thing. It's just that people don't always do it the right way. They don't like. Some people just make it their whole lives, which I don't think you should do.
Well, I'm of the mind that you can't actually like escape belief structures. You know, like you can't actually like not believe in anything.
Well, yeah.
That's why I say God isn't.
Because even nihilists are like, I don't believe in anything, and that's the only belief I have. But that's still a belief.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why nihilists are so stupid.
There goes half of our ends again. So we already rushed off the guys who have fedoras and katanas. Now we're rushing off the nihilists.
Dude, that's like 2 and 1 basically.
There's nobody
That's
watching us now. 50-50 equals 100. We're coming at you live from New York.
Nihilism could be pretty good if you decide to use it a good way.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna be like, oh, nothing matters, so I'm gonna go ahead and burn this children's hospital down, you know, stuff like that.
I mean, there's some people who actually like respond to the pains of life in that way.
Yeah, like nothing matters, so I don't have to worry about this.
Yeah, like that incel kid who did that horrible thing.
Which one? All 6 of them? Well, not 6, but all the 6 in the past few years that did something really bad.
Yeah.
Probably would have liked this
I think
show.
we have a question, Mike.
Let's read. Let's learn how to read.
How do you think the position of God exists today versus the ancient Sumerians, and how will it exist 200 years from now? That's from Undona Regiment.
Well, in 200 years, it'll probably be heavily scrutinized.
So the position of God today. What is the position of God today?
Honestly, I've met more people who are starting to like distance themselves from religion more so than I know devout people.
Yeah.
Devout.
So I mean, dude, it's like I said, like when Nietzsche, like around when Nietzsche was alive, he said that God was dead, dude. That was the downfall of Christianity in the Western world.
Yeah, you could argue that because I think the more as humanity progresses, we start doing more like crazy things. Like eventually, like stuff like stem cell research, like playing God and everything. People are going to be like, all right, if we don't do this now, we'll probably never get past anything. Stuff like that. Like I guess like as the more people live and like discover, the more they think they are in control and stuff like that.
Mm. Like I mean, it seems to be all about control, isn't it? Like, you know, people want to have control over their destiny.
Yeah,
so they don't leave it in the hands of like some sort of higher being.
Like thousands of years ago, like people didn't know a lot, so they didn't know who to blame for like thunder, lightning, storms, volcano eruptions. So they was like, all right, there must be like a God doing this, but now we know why it happens.
Yeah.
So now I think to believe in God, now you have to get a little bit more like abstract with like, all right, we know how this happens, but like who put it there?
At this point,
like that's what the question is. God used to be a what, now it's more of a who.
Yeah.
And in the future, I don't know what it'll be.
It's to the point where like God's kind of like ironic, you know?
How?
Because like we know pretty much, we know so much about the world now that's like, if you were to try to say like, you know, oh, it's just God's work, but it's like, no, you're an idiot.
I think it's like in a way of thinking, believing in God now is a little bit actually deeper, because we know all these things are here, but like now you're questioning who put them there. Like, there's no real way that... Like, you could end up just always going back and back. It's like, all right, well, the Earth was here because of, like, blah, 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 Big Bang and stuff. Like, all right, but who did the Big Bang? And, like, how is there, you know?
It's just...
Back then, like, God was, like, kind of weaker in a sense, because it's like, all right, I guess God makes the storms happen. Now we know why the storms happen, but we don't know why happens.
Yeah, exactly.
Quite the turnaround, you know?
It's like as we go further outside of the box, we realize we're just in another box.
Yep.
And let me see.
Reminds me of the SpongeBob episode. The boxes.
I guess. Well, it's basically like you said. The ancient Sumerians just kind of saw the gods as like, for one thing, they saw the gods as really hostile against them because
life was hard back then.
Yeah, no, their landscape was generally hostile. Like I think the floodplains and everything like that was.
God, why is life so hard? Why don't we just move? I was like, nah.
Where are you gonna move to, dude?
Europe.
You're gonna last a day in the desert and then everybody just fucking does. Shush.
You can't curse. Bad boy.
Stop.
That's one thumb. Give me your thumb.
But how will it exist 200 years from now? I honestly think like religiosity will fluctuate as time goes on.
Yeah, if it didn't go away by now, it probably never will, honestly.
Yeah, probably not.
Especially if things get more, like, you know, if people get more and more, I don't know. I was going to say if people get more depressed, they'd be more looking for God, but I don't think that happens as often as I'm trying to make it out to be.
Well, I feel as if people in the end will realize that they can't actually create their own. Well, in the end, they'll start realizing that, like, they can't create their own values, which you can't really do. And, like, they're going to start... I mean, because, like, if you think about nowadays, like, with irony culture, like, what is irony but just, like, the new sort of deity, you know? Like, we basically worship it like a deity. We always invoke really ironic concepts and memes. It's just like, I mean, if we're doing all these things, but like, you see, like this person, he did like this really interesting comparison where he said like, where he was trying to say like, oh, millennials will say like people who like send thoughts and prayers are stupid, but then they'll say like, oh, sending like trying to draw positive energy from this meme, or you know, something stupid like that.
Oh.
Everything in like the hypothetical, like the metaphysical, everybody has like some sort of an adherence to, whether they like it or not.
Yeah, I swear to God, everything since 2012 feels like such a fever dream.
Really?
Maybe the world really did end.
Maybe.
It's comfy.
It ended and begun again. I think we have more questions, Mike. Where do you stand about people using God to explain the explainable, unlike the Sumerians, like creationism and evolution versus evolution?
It depends on how they say it, honestly, because God could easily have just been like, all right, I'll put this stuff here. There's like, all right, let's say there's like 3 options in my head right now. God put some stuff down and be like, all right, over time, this, and this will happen. B, God was like, I'm going to put these things down here, and I have absolutely no idea what they're going to do, and then abandon us, which is I'm kind of leaning towards. And then 3, or C, or whatever, and 6, he is doing it like consciously as time goes on, which I think is probably not true at all. Oh, well, no, and then there's 4 that obviously people deny evolution altogether. Which, sorry, you're an idiot if you think that.
Yeah. I mean, we're so much like our closest ancestor, the chimpanzees, which we'll talk about a little bit more.
Yeah, I like chimps. They're funny.
They're alright. I saw this one and screwing around with this one lion. It was really funny.
Don't they like rip people's faces off if you have them as pets, though?
Yeah, they rip apart and cannibalize their own if they're like really mean to them, like to each other. That's
funny though, but what we're really getting at is the fact that chimpanzees are like they like entered their own stone age and stuff.
Yeah, kinda.
And like they're starting to worship and make tools and fire. I heard they started making fire on purpose or something.
Yeah,
that's terrifying. What's stopping them from just like lighting a tower on fire?
About like 40,000 years, I think.
Yeah,
something like that. But like, I mean, I think the idea of using sort of higher beings to justify anything, it all boils down to like a very deep philosophical sort of argument you have to make. Because like anybody can just say like, oh, God did that, but why? And like the way you go about that. Can't just be like,
yeah, why did God make chimpanzees throw poop at tigers? That's pretty ridiculous.
Really, who did that?
That's exactly. Yeah, who's that? But it really is like something that you have to contend to with yourself. You know, you have to be willing to sort of bang your head against the wall and comprehend it. Bang your head against the bricks,
dude. In like 1,000 years or so, there'll be 2 chimpanzees making a podcast instead. That'd be funny. They develop their own language. All right, if a chimpanzee came up to me in the jungle and said like a full sentence in some language, I'd be like, all right, well, I'm officially frightened.
What do you even say? What would a chimpanzee have to say to you, Mike?
Give banana.
I said you. I mean, I said the chimpanzee, not you. Hey. All right. Gib welfare. Oh no! I shouldn't have said that.
All right, folks. It's been great. Who said that? We gotta give them a piece of our mind. Give them a piece of our mind.
Oh, Jesus, something's going on in the chat right now. I'm gonna stop reading it for a second.
Well, let me read it. I handle confrontation a bit better than you, I'd say.
In the meantime, don't read it out loud. I'm gonna go to the second question I wrote down here. All right, Mike, put it down. Whatever. We're gonna move on because we don't really have a lot of time.
Oh, how much time do we have? Like 30 minutes. It's pretty good.
What kind of power does someone with religious authority have over another person?
None. You know what? They have the power of knocking on your door and handing you a pamphlet and like bugging you for 20 minutes.
I don't know. Like,
but aren't we no better? Because philosophy and religion are almost the same thing, and we're like badgering people, like badgering our friends to watch our podcast, posting it all over the place.
Yeah.
You know, maybe we're no better.
Maybe. What is a preacher the same as, say, like a person who owns a meme page, and just in a different way, solidifying my idea that God is a meme? God dang it.
Yeah, you're right, dude. It all makes sense now. Good thing Chick-fil-A is one of our sponsors.
What?
Because they're hyper religious and would probably throw chicken patties at us, which would be nice because Chick-fil-A is good. The best fried chicken restaurant.
I've never heard of this.
Never heard of Chick-fil-A?
No, I never heard that we were sponsored.
You work
by
right
Chick-fil-A.
across from it.
Sponsored by Chick-fil-A. Mike is going to ruin everything.
Jesus.
Cancelled.
Damn, we actually were sponsored by Chick-fil-A.
I'm sorry, Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
Give chicken.
Yeah, can I have a freaking... Let me get a...
Can I have a number 3, please?
Let me get a fried chicken sandwich with pepper jack, lettuce, tomato, mustard.
Two number 9s. I got number 9.
And let me get a... I think the one by us has Mr. Pibb, so I'll take a Mr. Pibb.
Okay, moving on, Mike. From your freaking Chick-fil-A order.
Yeah, we didn't really answer that question at all, did we?
And we kind of did. You basically said... We basically were making the comparison... We basically saying that you can't necessarily escape what it means to have a religious authority. Like,
yeah.
Like, basically, like, it can't really escape having... sort of being able to enrapture yourself into some kind of belief archetype.
Yeah. And in a more direct way, like disregarding authority, religion can directly impact you somehow.
Yeah. Because what is, I guess, having authority than just believing in something strongly enough to express it in your life and put it on other people, you know?
Yeah, like philosophy.
Exactly. That's all it is, really.
Yep. That's all it is.
All right. Let me see.
Let me add some filler to this.
Hold on. I think I have a question. Sorry, I just have the.
So there was this one time, right?
Hold on, Mike.
I went to Red Lobster.
Hold on, Jesus.
So I'm at Red Lobster, okay?
Oh. No, you're not.
There's a question?
No.
Alright, so I was at Red Lobster.
No, you're not at Red Lobster. Okay, you're at Red Lobster.
You're at the bottom of the ocean.
You're a lobster at the bottom of the ocean.
Alright, so I'm at Red Lobster, right?
There you go.
And I see the lobster tank.
Yeah.
I see it. And I'm looking at the lobsters. I'm like, man, what if I just took my hand in there and just took one?
Did you do it?
Oh, yeah, I fell in the tank. And, good thing that Red Lobster got turned into an Applebee's because I was not allowed back.
Did you actually do it?
Dude, I always go to work. And I'm looking at the
Wait,
lobsters.
no. Did you actually do that?
Yes, I did.
Did you actually do that?
Yeah, it was crazy.
You fell in the tank. How old were you?
Oh, God, like 17?
You're such a mad freaking...
Something like that.
Oh, my God.
Anywhere from 6 to 17. Yeah, man, I hate how lobsters are treated.
Whatever. Anyway.
Okay.
Is it fair to assume that creating a system of belief is an aspect of our evolution?
Yeah, given the chimpanzees making religion basically by themselves.
The example that I saw was like apparently they were like banging like stones against a tree, right? And like, but as like a sort of ritual. It was like this one fruit tree that was especially bearing fruit for them. They're banging against it, right? And they were like placing stones like around it and stuff like that, like heavy stones.
Well, are we sure that's just not like scientific inquiry on their part, and they think like maybe if I put rocks here for whatever reason, more fruit will grow?
Yeah. Well, I mean, but that's not. That's. I don't think that's like necessarily experimentation, you know, because like it didn't start with experimentation with us. Like I for us, I guess like it was sort of we came across these spontaneous things that we thought like explained certain things, but we didn't necessarily have the
so we immediately called to a higher power to give us more. That sounds really dependent.
Well, humans are fairly weak.
Well then, all right, so why wouldn't chimpanzees worship us if we ended up just giving them more fruit? Like that's like an obvious thing. It's like I'm giving you bananas here. Like you gotta worship me, or you gotta worship that friggin' tree. I'm giving you more fruit.
Yeah.
Why don't we just take all the monkeys, all the chimpanzees, and like, you know, like,
give them houses.
Yeah, we might as well be people.
Give them churches and building materials.
Yeah, let's see what they do.
I don't know.
Like they get fired guns. Did you ever see that video?
No.
Of the monkey just taking the gun and just like actually shooting like 3 people. Like you expect like a dolphin to be able to do that? Or?
I heard of this monkey that went to Red Lobster and accidentally fell in the tank.
Yeah, he was really monkeying around with the lobsters.
Oh Jesus! But hold on, I think there's actually something wrong with the Twitch.
Technical difficulties are a crazy thing because I remember one time.
Oh Jesus!
Oh, we have to be PG now, so I can't tell that story.
Oh my God!
PG-13. All right, so I'm on Pornhub. All right, and they have this funny little thing called broadcast.
Oh no!
And that's how I ended up showing my dad a bunch of very disgusting fetish porn on his computer. I mean, on his television downstairs.
By accident?
Yeah, because they just give you no freaking. They just let you run wild.
What kind of story is that?
I don't know. I had to make up filler.
Steve, never tell him to do that ever again.
All right, I'll tell a more PG-13 story.
No.
Okay.
There's dead air. What are they supposed to do?
Yeah, it's dead air. You want us to lose our.
There's something wrong with the Twitch. I'm sorry.
All right, we have a question here. Would God approve of Chick-fil-A societal actions against the LGBT community, or would it not matter?
Wait, what? Hold on. They were okay.
Would
Say
God
it.
approve of Chick-fil-A societal actions against the LGBT community, or would it not matter?
I don't think he would. He or she would.
Well, it's.
And that like I assume that's like referring to like the
Yeah, to give context, they
parades against like homosexuality and stuff like that.
Yeah, they're against homosexuality.
There were parades they hosted against homosexuality.
I don't know
If
about
I
that.
recall correctly, I'd have to look it up to fact checks.
Well,
Don't sue me, Nike.
the borderline is they're just not fond of. They're very traditional Catholic Christian rather.
Also, if they're traditional Catholics,
So they really don't want like gays, as patrons and things like that. I think God would be upset though because I don't even think God himself wrote the law down. You couldn't even be gay. I don't think he did that. But he did write down things like honor your neighbor, all that stuff, don't kill and all that.
Yeah.
Gabbity-gook. So like
all that stuff that is not important.
But no, I still think that like you're like mistreating other people. I guess they're not taking it to an extent where like they're like physically harming them, but I think ostracizing them. No, I don't think God'd be happy.
Well, they're not denying them service. They're just saying that we don't approve of your.
Plus, would God be happy with them like farming chickens and all that, like just cutting their heads off? Like you ever see how chickens get how chickens are treated in like farms and stuff like that?
Yeah, they're pretty bad, but
like grinding up I'll never forget that one video I saw of all the baby male chicks like in like a thing, and they're like chirp chirp chirp, and then they all just get grated
in an instant.
Like in an instant, they're like. That must have been horrible to hear. That sound I just made.
Jesus Christ!
If I could pull it up later, I will, because like they're so adorable. It's in this vat, and then just get sucked in and just
obliterated.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that, but don't worry about it.
That's how you get your chicken nuggies.
So you're asking if God would approve of that?
Yeah. Do you think he'd approve of that? Hell no.
No.
I don't think he would.
At some point, we'd have to go to a preacher. We can do it after the show.
We should have gotten a preacher to come on.
So he can, like, never say he's never coming back here ever again.
Yeah, probably bring some holy water and just be like, all right,
we'll pause the show.
Good Lord. He'd probably also be very mad you called God a meme.
He is, though.
Okay.
I mean, I couldn't help calling God a meme if he wasn't such a meme. It's basically.
Okay.
How do we reconcile death with belief in God? In addition, why is it foolish to propose that that death is the end of consciousness?
Well, because of heaven and all that, they want you to. All right, this is the thing. Okay, let me get real smart real quick.
Okay.
Why would you even bother to be nice to anybody or do anything important if you were just going to die and that's it? Obviously, they had to come up with the reasons why you should be good. And so that in death, if you're a good boy, you go to heaven. If you're a little jerk, you go to hell. And so basically, the fear of going to hell was like a motivation. It's like negative reinforcement.
So, like, you know, obviously you shouldn't sin.
If you sin, you'll just go to hell and be burned, like, forever.
One sin doesn't matter. Up your clothes are not the same color.
Like, I don't really get that, though. How is hell supposed to be a punishment if I'm immortal? Like, when I get like, you know, like, when I get, like, kind of used to the flames and the torture.
Hell's comfy.
Yeah.
No, but it's supposed to be, like, a fresh agony every single waking moment. Like, it's not, you never get...
It's just like life. What's the difference?
Dude, we're in hell right now.
Oh, yeah, word.
What if it's literally just you restarting, like, your life back at 20 and then just to play it out?
I would do a lot different.
Well, no, but, like, it's everything's, like, different. Like, you couldn't do the same thing. You couldn't use cheat codes.
Well, then that's just how life is. Man, if you could restart as a baby, though, and have all the knowledge that you have, oh, boy.
But obviously, like it's like you said, you know, it's an impetus to do better in the world. Yeah. Not that it really works, because, like, after the conceptualization of, you know, Christianity, we had, like, a bunch of wars.
Yeah, war is all right.
War is all right.
Sometimes it's a lot
of wars. So obviously, it's not really working that much. But, like, if you look at the moral progression of society over time, that we definitely have become, like, moral, or societies have definitely become more moral. And they do so on, like, religious foundations. So maybe maybe it's not that bad.
The croissants and such.
The croissants.
Croissant.
Stop.
We got any questions?
I don't know, because there's something wrong with
We got any questions?
Try putting it in chat only mode.
Have you tried putting it on chat only mode?
Yeah, Mike gets it.
It's just not working.
So to come up with more filler.
No. No, yeah. It's fine. It's fine. Is there any questions on the chat on your end?
Someone said, boy, I sure do love philosophy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
What? That has a lot to do with philosophy.
Yeah, Red Lobster. And
I mean, if your terms are... This is the thing about philosophy. It could be literally anything. It's like, people think philosophy is this big, smart guy thing. It isn't.
It really is.
It could be, yeah. I don't even know what the hell that is. I can't see because I have my glasses on. Let me get my boomer goggles out. Anyway. Yeah, philosophy is not like you're not smart for knowing small philosophy, okay?
Yeah.
Like, anybody could be a philosopher. It just depends on... It's like anybody could, like, be a SoundCloud rapper, basically.
But
only those are all horrible.
Yeah, I was about to say, that's a bad example, because some of them are awful.
All right, anybody could make a cup of coffee, let's say, but only some people can make a good cup of coffee.
Okay. Fair enough.
Could you make a good
Give me this. This is mine. Yeah, I could. Can I philosophize? Yeah. Can I do it well? Yeah, probably. Do I choose to? No. And why don't I? Because I don't have to, because that's my philosophy.
Fair enough.
It's not even nihilism, it's just blatant. I don't feel like it right now.
Boomerism.
Yeah.
All right.
Quake 3 was a good game.
Why is it foolish to presuppose that death is the end of consciousness?
What?
Why is it foolish to assume that death is the end of consciousness?
Well, I think it's because consciousness is such a thing that, like, you can't explain. See, this is what I was thinking about at 3 o'clock in the morning last night. It's like something that... Why would someone give us this consciousness and then take it away? Like, the ceasing to exist just sounds, like, stupid.
Yeah.
But it could definitely be it.
It's hard to imagine just not being, you know?
Yeah, but it's possible.
Yeah.
And the only way to find out is to die. So I'm not saying one of us should take the L for the team. But if anybody will let us know. Oh, but you couldn't let us know.
Anybody who's died, post in the chat.
Yeah, where someone who's been dead for like
5 minutes.
Yeah, can someone please like answer us?
Okay, apparently, this one guy, there was a program about this guy who died, and then he went to like super heaven, and he met Jesus, and he was like, he told him that his family, like his recent relative that died is okay, and he's like, how do you know my recent relative? He was flying. He was like flying with Jesus. And after that, his family was never religious, but then he, like, basically said, like, okay, yeah, we gotta go to church right now.
It could be. I don't know.
But then, again, there was also this one... There's this one program about this guy who fell through, like, ice, and, like, his body completely froze, and he died. But they were able to thaw him out and revive him. So... But he didn't.
Would his soul be in like a stasis, or did he go to heaven? Or what?
His soul was on ice. His soul couldn't leave because it was too cold.
It's like, now you chilling. The ultimate chill, literally freezing to death, but not dying. Because how are you dead if you? I don't know. You're already dead.
No, he was dead. He just wasn't decaying.
So, do you only truly die when your body is completely decayed?
His soul was on ice. I don't know. But I mean, that one guy was saying how...
Yeah, let me get you my soul with extra ice.
That one guy was dead. He went to heaven. He apparently died and then met Jesus, and his Jesus was like, yo, your family's died.
Imagine if I died and he's like, you have to make a philosophy podcast. Cast. I'm like, all right, God.
I have to send you back to do my holy service.
Yeah, we're literally paralegals. I mean, paralegals.
Paralegals? What?
No.
Paraplegics?
No.
Paramilitaries?
Paraboots?
Parakeet? Para.
What are we?
What word? Prophets. There we go.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Your prophets are paralegal.
I don't know. See, I'm telling you, I just jiggled my mind up a little bit. It's basically like Jello in my head. Jesus. Sometimes it seeps out, you know?
And you become a paraplegic, I mean a prophet. Jello.
Not paralegal.
A paraprophet.
Pellegrino.
Parakeet.
All right. Clearly you've tuned into the right podcast.
Philosophy.
Yeah. All right, so, can the idea of the hero exist without the idea of God, Mike?
Yeah, because if we go back to Beowulf, which you refused to talk about a few episodes ago, there was like almost nothing to do with God at all. It was literally just Beowulf being Beowulf.
No, but using the sort of framework about God that we've sort of assembled beforehand, like about being like this higher ideal that is reachable, like in King Arthur, like there was no reference to God either.
What? But they were the chalice and everything.
I guess, but like there's no.
Yes.
But they're not talking about God specifically.
All right, but the holy chalice. Come on. Obviously, there's something God related. Beowulf, literally, Grendel busts through the doors. Okay. Beowulf 1v1s him, rips his arm off, beats him up with his arm, then beats his mother, and then. But not Beowulf's mother, Grendel's mother.
Goes home.
And then he goes home and blah, 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 then he fights a dragon. And there's like no reference to God at all.
Well, when was Beowulf made?
Back in the old English days, I don't really remember. I wasn't there. Like 100.
180.
Something like that.
But...
Although another thing with that is though, Beowulf was like spoken and like down the generations and stuff. So there's probably details they left behind. Like maybe there's a holy chalice in Beowulf. Because don't you think it's kind of weird? He goes from beating Grendel's mother to like going straight to the dragon.
I don't know anything about Beowulf, so I don't know.
That's really you really should like research it because it's like something that's right up your creek, right up your alley.
Fair enough. I don't think any hero can exist without the idea of God.
I think you're wrong.
Show's over. No. But because like the hero is the sort of aspect of the ideal, and so in a way he's sort of chosen by God.
Well,
if we were using like God the way we have been talking about it, then it's if God is just nothing but like the highest ideal, then the hero is just the closest you can be to the highest ideal, like Jesus Christ.
Well, then, yeah, in that case, yeah. But, like, getting literal, no, not always.
Nah. I mean, we're never literal, though.
Yeah, this whole show is a joke.
Pretty much.
Yeah, we got a bet. Like, you make a philosophy show? It's like, yeah, probably. And I made 25 cents. Big money, boys.
All right, Mike. I have a couple more questions, but I think we're out of time, unfortunately. So,
8 minutes.
Oh.
And don't forget Mike's Mysteries.
Can you do Mike's Mysteries in 8 minutes?
Can I do it in 8 minutes? Check the chat? What?
I said you got chat, too.
Oh, God.
It's not like anything significant, but check it.
I can't. It's not working. I already told you. I'm sorry.
All right. We have someone says, I vote Mike. Someone said, look how mysterious Mike is.
Yeah, word.
And then we had someone, and then the final message was, do RP.
Do RP. All right, so I will be God.
Yeah.
And you will be someone, you will be a lost soul, wondering what they should do with their lives.
All right. I guess I can just be myself now.
I guess I can just be myself.
You're God.
Lightning just crashes through the ceiling and I get electrocuted and die.
Jesus.
You heard it here first, folks.
All right. Jesus.
Yes, what about him?
My life.
My son, that is.
My life is awful. Made evident by the fact that I'm alive. No. Everything sucks. I don't feel like doing anything. God, first of all, when did you get here? Second of all, what do I do?
And I will not answer.
Why?
Because does it ever work for you?
Wait, what?
Have you ever prayed before and been literally a dialogue between you and God happens?
Well, I mean, it's an internal dialogue. They told me that it's not supposed to be like, actual words, but a feeling I get inside.
Right in there.
Yeah, sure.
You feel better?
Not really. My life is still meaningless and purposeless and all that. How do I rectify it? What do you mean? You're God. Why am I here? Come on. Give me something, anything, a sign. It's not a sign. It's like a shrug or a movement. Come on. Why is the sky blue? Why is the sun keeps spinning or whatever? The Earth keeps spinning around the sun. What is it with this earthquake? Why are we having a famine? Oh my God. Oh my you. Jesus. I guess. How'd you have a son? How is she a virgin if she's giving birth to children? Who made this show? Ah, Jesus. Again.
So should we do Mike's Mysteries?
Yeah, I think you should.
Alright, this isn't a mystery.
Good RP, I guess.
Wow, good Mike's Mysteries.
Well, no, y'all have heard of Centralia, right?
Centralia.
Alright, well, it's this town in Pennsylvania that is on fire and probably will never stop because it was built with like it was built upon a gigantic coal mine with a lot of coal that just I don't know how it ignited. Maybe that's a mystery how it ignited in the first place, but it ignited. And it's been burning for like years. I think it's been like 25 years or something.
Up until now?
Yeah, I think it might have actually stopped recently. Or it's beginning to stop, but like you can't even step foot in there or else you'll fall through. Like it's like the most unstable place to be in the world, basically. And the population went from like 1,000 to like 6. Like there's some stubborn boomers who refuse to leave. I'm not going nowhere. This is my house.
Why is it on fire?
Don't worry about it.
God gave me a special message to stay here. Stop.
So yeah, Centralia.
God, why is this town on fire? Why is it still burning?
It's crazy though how that could happen. Your whole town is on fire, and I don't know why. So that's what makes it Mike's Mystery, because I don't know.
But it's the coal that is causing the fire. Oh, you don't know what caused it? Okay.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Probably some electricity.
I don't know, but isn't that crazy? Imagine that happened to your town. Like everything's just on fire and you gotta leave. Where'd you go?
When I close my eyes, everything's on fire.
Word, if only.
This is hell. Life is just hell, unfortunately.
Yeah, Austin's been depressed.
Nah.
Apparently the fire is from... I want to turn this on so I don't sound like an echoey piece of trash. Apparently the fire is from... suspected to be from a deliberate burning of trash from a former strip mine igniting a coal seam under the borough of Centralia.
But suspected, so we don't really know.
I thought he was about to say strip club.
So that means that if that if that guy lit that fire and it's a meme and it's been burning for years, that boomer got the ultimate meme in.
Dude, but it's suspected, so we don't know. So that's still a mystery.
I wonder how many people we've lost with that one statement.
I swear, Mike's mystery is like devolved into me trying to explain why the mystery is a mystery. I don't do research. All right, this is how I got my degree, okay? First of all, I went to a community college, which is easy peasy. And then I got during communications, which is even easier. All I had to do was show up, which I hardly did. And I got a 3.5. And graduated. And now I'm a successful guy making a podcast that
about philosophy.
We make $3,000 every second. We're loaded, folks.
Rich boy.
God, we make more money than any of you ever will make.
Don't come rob us, though.
No, I'm kidding. I'm broke.
You'll be pleasantly unsurprised about that blatant lie.
Yeah, even if we did, I would spend it all on, like, beef jerky. Dude, when I get my paycheck, I spend, like, all $300 on beef jerky at 7-Eleven. Like, I go to 7-Eleven, I get some beef jerky, then I get sushi from somewhere else. And then I'm like, man, where did all of my money go? That's so weird. I just had my paycheck. Whoa.
I can't take it.
All right, to wrap up, we got absolutely nothing.
No. Listen. God is a meme. That's what we've learned, honestly. That's the crux of all of our efforts. God's a meme. Can we agree? Mike, can we agree? God's a meme. Why?
I'll explain to you next season.
God is a meme. Do we have any more questions? Any last wrap-up questions at all?
No, we just have a message that says Silent Hill's a meme.
Why?
No, we're going down.
Bye.
Bye.
Last episode.